The opening line of a story in November 14th Boulder City News described it best with my own changes. A high-powered offense versus a solid, nondescript defense. A dominating, punishing defense versus a multi-back offense. That's what we'll see today. In basketball, it's March Madness. In baseball, they look for Mr. October. In boxing, it's the main event. In high school football, it's the state playoffs. Hello again, everyone. I'm Rob Lee. We're at Bruce Eaton Field on the campus of Boulder City High School for the Pizza Hut NIAA Class AA semifinals right here on BCTV. It will be a tough one, no doubt about it. The hometown Eagles host the defending state champs, the Reno Truckee Wolverines. Truckee, under head coach Ron Estabrook, an insurance agent by trade, brings his team in at 9-1. Their only loss to Wattell, who's playing in the northern semifinal against Virgin Valley. Sophomore Josh Pagoda leads an offense with only 4 seniors on it. An offense that will use 4 or 5 running backs, and those running backs will go through offensive guards number 55, Sean Thompson, and number 51, Josh Clevenger. And they anchor an average offensive line size-wise at 6 feet, 185 pounds, but all of them are strong. Senior Andy Siefker played most of the year at quarterback, but Pagoda is a better thrower and a little better athlete, according to Estabrook. But, of course, if Pagoda gets in trouble, no doubt we'll see the senior. The 4-4 defense is led by senior defensive tackle Sean Thompson. He's backed up by some linebackers that will have to deal with great Boulder City speed. Jevin Hall is usually there as an LB and is well above adequate, but an ankle injury has forced him to a backup role. So sophomore Ronnie Wood will get the call. Siefker anchors the defensive back. What can you say about Jim Kilmartin's Eagles? They average 345 yards per game total offense while giving up 150. They average 41.6 points per game while giving up an unbelievable 3.8. Just to sum them up individually, 15 of the 28 All-Southern League first-team members are Boulder City Eagles. On offense, the field general is quarterback Jason Bell, not one of the All-League selections, but the Eagles go nowhere without him. He will hand off to 2 running backs that have combined for 2,250 yards on the ground so far. Seniors Danny Cox and Shane Crum. Crum is the league most valuable player. Cox is a rocket, and you'll see what I mean. When Bell does throw, his favorite target is All-League Scott Body. In fact, 24 times his favorite target this year. And what an offensive line, averaging 210 with 5 All-League selections. But they didn't go without the big D. The entire front line, all seniors, all All-League. Chad Dyer backs him up, anchoring the linebacking core. Dyer, the team leader, with 100 tackles. And guess who else is there? You got it, Shane Crum. Body knows how to catch him on this side of the ball as well. 9 interceptions on the year, and part of the team's 23. Right down to the special teams go to the Eagles. First team punter and kicker all-league is Serapio Andrade. Lots more I could talk about, but the actions on the field can speak louder. It's a nice day, little muddy due to a day and a half of rain. It's 2 of the best teams in the state. It's right here. Kickoff to the Class AA semifinal is next. And we're getting ready to get underway. And first we'll have the toss of the coin in midfield going out for the Eagles. Quarterback number 34, Jason Bell. Number 33, Scott Body. And number 75, Brian Lemmel. Out there, number 9, Andy Siefker. Number 44, Jevin Hall, who I was talking about earlier. Also, number 55, Sean Thompson, and number 63, Maurice McVeigh, are the captains for the Truckee Wolverines. Truckee, as I said, the defending state champion. The winner of this will play the winner of Wattell and Virgin Valley next Friday at the Silver Bowl. Kickoff is at 4 p.m. in the afternoon for the NIAA Pizza Hut Class AA Championship. And it looks like Truckee has won the toss. And they will sort out who's going which way, who's going to kick off, and who will receive. Then we'll be ready to get underway. And the Wolverines have elected to receive. They will defend the goal to my right. The south goal, Boulder City will go left to right and will kick off to open up the ball game. Boulder City has just been running right past opponents all season long. I think this is going to be a little different. Truckee getting ready to receive against the Eagles for a berth in the Class AA state championship.
Would you please rise for our national anthem?
And now the Boulder City High School band preparing. Everybody's on their feet. It's time for the national anthem. We haven't had the last couple days. It has rained since late Thursday afternoon, but it's a beautiful day for football. Let's take a look at the starting lineups real quick. Starting on offense for Truckee, the wide receiver will be number 11, Paul McCalden. Along the front line, the tackles, number 70, Troy DeVoe, and number 75, Jason Van Brunt. Then the two guards I talked to you about, number 55, Sean Thompson, number 51, Josh Clevenger, and the center is number 58, Carl Youngquist. The tight end, number 99, Isaac Mueller. Josh Pagoda in the backfield as quarterback, number 13. His running backs will be number 19, Josh Ivins, number 33, Brian Malloy, I should say. On defense, number 92, Bill Lyon, number 75, Van Brunt at the ends. Thompson and DeVoe are at the tackles. Number 19, Josh Ivins, number 82, Sean Bussin, Ronnie Wood and Josh Clevenger, the linebackers. Number 45, Dave Obrant, number 33, Brian Malloy, and Andy Siefter, the defensive backs. The Eagles will come out on defense first. They will be led by that all-league front line, number 15, Daryl Dealman, number 72, Brett Martin, number 75, Brian Lemmel, and number 65, Chris Blanford. The linebackers, number 44, Chad Dyer, number 85, Justin Amy, and number 41, Shane Crum. And the defensive backs, number 21, Serapio Andrade, number 33, Scott Body, number 25, Greg Anderson, number 88, Scott Estes. We will get to the Eagles offense real soon. Serapio Andrade gets it teed up
coaches, officials, and fans
to kick off.
The Truckee Wolverines and the Boulder City Eagles the best of luck.
Crowd already getting into it. Egged on by the players a little bit. We're ready to go. Boulder City and Truckee for a berth in the state championship. We're underway, and it will go back, taken up at about the 15-yard line. Now trying to move to the right. He's got a little room, and he's tripped up, and that is Jess Speck, number 23. He gets it out to about the 29-yard line, and that's where they will set up first down and 10. Once again, I can't reiterate how big that defense has been all year long for Boulder City, giving up just 150 yards per game and less than 4 points on the average. Pagoda, the quarterback, he splits his two backs. He has a slot out to the left side. They'll run a wing T, and they give it off to the weak side, and nowhere at all to run. Bunch of Eagles, including Justin Amy and number 72, Brett Martin, there to make the tackle.
Crum and Amy on the tackle for the Eagles.
They give him a couple yards on that. It'll be second down and 8. Come up this time way out to the left side is number 1, Damian Fertitta.
Number 13, Josh Pagoda.
Now coming in motion to the near side and going back to pass. No, he hands off, and this time no room at all. Once again, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. Brian Malloy had the ball. Shane Crum along with Scott Body were right there. Brian Lemmel, Chad Dyer also there to make the tackle, and it's something that I've hit upon the 2 games that we've done so far, is that wherever the ball goes, there's usually a bunch of Eagles there to help out. Number 11, Paul McCalden, now out to the left side. Fertitta in motion again to the near side. They split the backs. We have penalty flag down. One of the backs moved. Rolling out to the left side, and he fires, and it's incomplete over on the near side. It was intended for Brian Malloy, number 33. Chad Dyer was on the coverage, and we have a penalty marker down. We should have a procedure call or an illegal motion call coming up against Truckee.
Penalty flag down.
And now they will have their choice of either declining the penalty and taking it 4th down and 8, or taking the penalty and making it 3rd down and 13. And Coach Ben Davis, or Assistant Coach Ben Davis, says no, we'll decline that. And so the Eagles will get the ball. Good defense by the Eagles to open things up. Looks like Damian Fertitta is the punter, back deep. Danny Cox, the Rocket, and Scott Body, an all-league wide receiver, back to receive the punt. The Eagles almost get to it. A nice handover and kick, taking it at the 31. And it's Cox up to the 35. Gets to the outside of the 40. He's in midfield and finally loses his balance and goes out of bounds. At about the 40-yard line. See where they mark it, the 45-yard line of Truckee. And so Jason Bell and the Boulder City Eagles set up shop. A 23-yard return for Cox. Now the Boulder City offense, Scott Estes, 1 wide receiver. Along the line, the tight end, Justin Amy. Clint Ogden, number 71. Chris Blanford, 65, are the tackles. Brian Lemmel is the center. Chad Shoup also there along the front line. They give it to Crum, and he's tripped up. Nice play on the interior line. Looked like by number 51, Josh Clevenger, and you'll hear his name a lot. Also on the offense for the Eagles, number 34, Jason Bell's the quarterback, number 25, Greg Anderson, the wingback, and the 2 running backs, number 32, Danny Cox, and number 41, Shane Crum. They only give Crum a yard on that one. It'll be 2nd and 9. And it's time to give it to the fast man, Cox, and he's going to be knocked at about the 42-yard line. Right there, Jevin Hall in there. He wasn't expected to start.
Javon Hall.
But Jevin Hall is there for the stop. He only gets about 2 yards on that. So it'll be 3rd down and 7. And the first 3rd down conversion of the game for Boulder City. Scott Body splits out to the left side. Chad Dyer in at tight end, lines up on the right side. In fact, they put Greg Anderson in the wing, and they pitch to the right side. A good block by Dyer and a 1st down, or very close to it for Danny Cox.
Picking up the 1st down.
Number 82,
Sean
Sean Bussin made the stop at about the 35-yard line, and that will be good for a 1st down. Chad Dyer threw a massive block getting through that defensive line, and that helped spring Danny Cox. Dyer again in at tight end, lines up on the right with the wing to the left, and that's Crum, and he is stopped right at the line.
Crum, the ball carrier again.
And it looks like Sean Thompson, number 55, was there to get him. So only another yard for Crum on that one. Looks like the defensive line of Truckee really bunching up. They know that they have a tough task in stopping the massive running force of the Boulder City Eagles. And just on the other side, the Boulder City defense has the same problem with the Wolverines. Body lines up to the left side. Greg Anderson on the wing to the right, and they run that way with Cox. Cox breaks through, has a 1st down, or close to it. No, he's a little way short of 1st down, actually about a yard short. At about the 26-yard line. Give Cox 7 more. And another 3rd down conversion for the Eagles. Coming up this time out of the I formation. Now Cox splits over like he normally does. Chad Dyer, the tight end, on the right side. And they give it to Crum. Crum barrels. He's going to be close to the first down.
From the ball carrier.
Rob Gherkin, number 7, made the hit. And maybe Clevenger was there to help out. It's going to be short of the first down by a half a yard. No doubt about it. They'll go for it on fourth down and short. Line up Scott Body out to the left side again, pretty much the same formation. Justin Amy back in a tight end, and with the wing on the right, they go that way. Cox gets around, has the first down to about the 22-yard line.
Picking up the first down for the Eagles.
Right there on the stop was number 63, Maurice McVeigh, one of the few seniors on this team. But that's good for a first down as Cox picked up about 3 yards. Cox 19 yards on 4 carries to get things rolling here on this first drive. Straight drop and a long pass wide open. His body, he can't get to it in the end zone. Oh, and he was wide open, and Bell just overshot him a little bit. 6:17 to go here in the first quarter. The NIAA Pizza Hut Class AA semifinal game from Eaton Field here in Boulder City. No score between Truckee and Boulder City. Body comes out of the ball game. That means Scott Estes will be in, and he moves out to the left side. Lemo comes up over center. Set up with the tight end and the wing, both over to the right side. Now, the ball's loose on the ground. Cox picks it up, and it's still loose, and it looks like Truckee's going to have the ball at about the 23-yard line. They do. Jevin Hall makes the recovery on the fumble. So that's the first turnover of the game. And Truckee takes over on their own 24-yard line. Josh Pagoda, the sophomore, 6'1", 160 pounds, comes up over the center, which is Carl Youngquist, who's just a junior. As I say, not very many seniors on this team. They split the backs, wing T formation, and there's an inside handoff.
Number 20, Ronnie Wood.
Ronnie Wood, the fullback, is going to get a lot of work. Wood, just a sophomore, he'll get a lot of work behind senior Josh Ivins. He moved the ball up across the 25-yard line to about the 28 almost. So we'll give him 4 on the play.
Second and 7.
Second down, this time again an inside handoff, and not much there. In fact, he may have lost a yard. Eagles wrapping him up there very well. There will be no gain on that play.
There's no gain on the play. Be 3rd and 7.
As again, they went to the fullback going up the center. Quickly, it's 3rd down and 7, and just not much going on here for Truckee so far. The Boulder City defense playing well. They line up with Fertitta, the wing, on the right. Pagoda with the ball. Now pitches it to Malloy, and he's going to be wrapped up at about the 30-yard line. Great pursuit over there by the Boulder City defense.
Estes on the tackle for the Eagles.
So he only got about a yard on that, and so now it'll be 4th down and 5. And back in punt formation is Fertitta. Cox and Body back to receive it for the Eagles. 4:48 to go here in the first quarter. And once again, they almost get 2. This one's a high kick, end over end again. Will bounce at about the 40 and then touches a Truckee player at about the 40-yard line and bounces down to the 35, and they'll mark it up at about the 39-yard line, and that's where Boulder City starts. So 2 quick punts by Truckee, and Boulder City has the ball for the second time. Their first time they had the ball, they got down to about the 20-yard line before fumbling it away. So we'll see what happens there. Jason Bell, the quarterback, will bring him up.
Be 1st and 10, the Eagles at their own 39-yard
Body in to start this series. He comes out to the right. Wing back is Greg Anderson, just a junior, over on the right-hand side as well. But they run left with Crum, and Crum just has nowhere to go. Lots of Wolverines there
Shane Crum, the ball carrier,
to pick him up, and there's no gain on that one. And Crum,
number 82, Sean Busley,
is having a hard time getting through that off before that defensive line of the Wolverines. We'll keep an eye to see what both coaches said is which line could stand up the other line. That who will get the penetration, and we'll have to see how that goes maybe on a couple plays here. This time Crum with a good block around the right side. Cox stays on his feet, then finally has him cut down from underneath him on the right-hand side, and it looked like it was number 19, Josh Ivins, maybe. Cox only gets 2 on the play after all that. That's going to be 3rd down and 9. Boulder City 1 out of 2 on their first drive. On 3rd down conversions so far. Short formation this time, and now Bell's in trouble, and he's going to be stripped from behind. The ball's loose, but picked up by an Eagle.
Recovered by the Eagles.
Back at the 35-yard line. Looked like Bell pounced on it. He did. And it will be 4th down and 15. And the Truckee fans like that. They're on their feet. Serapio Andrade in to kick for the Eagles. An all-league punter and place kicker. And he gets it away, and end over end kick will bounce at about the 35. Straight up in the air right there. To down it will be Scott Body. And that's where Truckee will get it at the 30-yard line. First down, a 29-yard kick for Serapio Andrade. So, of course, when you get into the state semifinals, you know your team's no slouch. These teams very similar, in fact. And we may see one of these defensive battles all day long. Split the backs, and they give over it on the left side. And now he tries to cut back in, and Chad Dyer is right there to wrap him up. It was Damian Fertitta coming from his wing back spot, actually lining up in the backfield, and he didn't get too much. Looks like they'll give him 1 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 9. Something Chad Dyer has done very well is move around in that linebacker spot. In fact, he's the leading tackler with 100 tackles on the season coming into this ball game. Short formation this time by Truckee, and a play action fake. Pagoda's going to roll, and he fires and has his man close to a 1st down.
Pagoda's pass is complete.
And it looks like to Josh Ivins.
Number 19, Josh Ivins.
And that's up right about the 40-yard line, and that is close to a 1st down, and they're going to mark it just a yard short.
It'll be 3rd and less than a yard for the Wolverines.
So give them a gain of 8. And once again, a 3rd down conversion coming up for Truckee. Ron Estabrook said in a conversation I had with him that if he could open up the defense a little bit with a couple passes, they could be in good shape. We'll have to see what they do here on 3rd and short. Fertitta in motion to the near side, and he's going to throw it again. Oh, and he's got a man wide open. He slips and falls, and Daryl Dealman bounces on him. Once he had his man wide open down here, which is number 11, Paul McCaldon, the favorite wide receiver of both quarterbacks. He was wide open. He got past Andrade, but he made that slip. By the time he gathered himself back up, Daryl Dealman was there. A big loss on that play. All the way back to the 32-yard line, a loss of 8. So it's 4th down and about 18. Or, I'm sorry, 4th down and 8. And Fertitta will kick it away again. They almost get it to him, and a high kick again. This is returnable. Cox will have it at the 30. Moves up to the 35, now to the 40, and he's finally wrapped up at about the 41-yard line. Josh Ivins made the tackle, number 19, and that Boulder City will have another shot at it. Big defensive stand there for the Eagles on 3rd down and 1. Daryl Dealman making the big sack, and he's done that plenty of times this season. So now the Eagles will bring it up. Wing T formation. Anderson's now going to go in motion. Oh, and one of the players moved. Chris Blanford, one of the offensive guards on the right side of Lemmel, moved, and so that's going to be an illegal procedure call against the Eagles, and they'll march him back 5.
The first and 15.
So it'll be 1st and 15 instead, back at the 36-yard line. No score. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Truckee and Boulder City here for a berth in the Class AA State Championship. Once again in motion straight across this time. They pitch it to Cox. Cox with some room around the side to the 35 and up to about the 30 or the 45 up to about the 49-yard line. He'll be about 2 yards short of the first down. That's just a very quick pitch by Jason Bell. And we come down with 2 seconds left, and that will end the first quarter. We have no score between Truckee and Boulder City at Eaton Field, the Class AA semifinals. As we head into quarter number 2, it's Boulder City nothing and Truckee nothing.
The NIAA would like to thank its new sponsor, Pizza Hut, for all its support of high school athletics in Nevada. Pizza Hut, making it great.
All right, they changed things around here. Nothing different from the beginning of the ball game. We still have no score. Not much happening offensively. Danny Cox, 34 yards rushing in the first quarter. That's been about it for Boulder City. Well, nobody has more than 4 yards rushing for Truckee. Wing T formation. We'll see if they split out of the back split. They don't. Crum right up the middle. Has some room around the right side. He's got a first down to the 38-yard line.
Number 31, Shane Crum, the ball carrier.
A quick handoff, and that's a play that they may use a little bit more. Old Branch you saw on the stop for the Wolverines, and that's a first down. You may see that a little more now because everybody's keeping their eye on Danny Cox. See which way he's going to go, and they stayed in the I formation that time, and Crum went right up the middle. He got about 13 yards on the play, all the way down to the 38-yard line. See what they do. Whoa, the ball's loose again for the 3rd time. Who's going to have it all the way back in midfield? And it looks like Truckee has it. They do.
The fumble is recovered by the Wolverines.
3rd fumble of the game already.
The fumble recovered by number 82, Sean Busson, for the Wolverines.
Number 82, Sean Busson, came up with the ball, and we're going to have an official's timeout on the field. But the Wolverines, the important part, have taken over. Second turnover already this half for Boulder City. Believe it or not, they only had 7 on the entire season. You hear that in the pros quite a bit, and I mentioned this before, the plus-minus ratio on turnovers. So the plus means good. That means you've gotten more turnovers than you've given up, I should say. The Eagles this year, a plus 38 on the turnover ratio. They have turned the ball over only 7 times while causing 45 turnovers. That was going into this game. Well, good field position to start for Truckee here in the second quarter. They'll be at midfield, first down and 10. Wing T formation. Back to pass Pagoda, and he's going to go long. He gets past Estes, and he can't get it. Paul McCaldon, the intended receiver, and he was open.
Pass intended number 11, Paul McCaldon.
Estes finally caught up with him, and the ball was overshot just a little bit.
Number 88, Scott Estes.
Pagoda now 1 for 3 on throwing for 8 yards. His completion to Josh Ivins, number 19. That'll be 2nd down and 10. In motion this time for Tita, and they're going to go that way, and quarterback Pagoda Dealman there to wrap him up behind the line. Dealman stretched it out to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they're going to give him a yard on the play to bring up 3rd down and 9.
Gain of 1 will be 3rd and 9.
Once again, Dealman turned that play back inside as it looked like it was going to be a pitch to Fertitta to the left side. That's what they've run so far in the first quarter. We're now in the second, but in the first quarter, Fertitta, whenever he went in motion, he either got an inside handoff or a pitch. That time, Pagoda couldn't get it off. Receiver out to the right side, and a reverse the ball, throws it, picked up by Anderson. Boulder City recovers it back at the 43-yard line, and they'll take over from there. 1st down and 10, and so the first break of the game for the Eagles.
The fumble recovered by number 25, Greg Anderson.
And that gets the crowd back into it a little bit, so now the turnovers are 2-1 so far, but we have no score. 10:08 to go here in the first half.
43-yard line.
Body this time out to the right side as the receiver. They line up in the I formation. Anderson on the left as the wing. Now they split the backs to the original wing T formation. Anderson may have moved early, no flag though. Cox breaks loose inside the 40 to the 36-yard line.
Danny Cox, the ball carrier.
So he gets about 7 yards on that one. And it'll be 2nd down and 3. Cox now with about 41 yards so far. And that was one of the worries Coach Ron Estabrook had, was Danny Cox. He was afraid of his speed. He's also afraid of the size of that offensive line of Boulder City, which averages about 210. This time to give to Crum, and Cox misses his block almost, and now Crum breaks through it free and has a 1st down to the 30-yard line. Believe me, he did that all by himself. 6 yards on that one for Shane Crum, and that's a 1st down for the Eagles. Approaching the 9-minute mark of the first half, still no score. And this is a game that if both defenses played the way they were supposed to, this is what was supposed to happen. And so far, it's been right how the coaches wanted it. Body out to the right side, the tight end, and Anderson to the left. Amy is in at tight end, and they go that way with Cox. Cox pushing one of his blockers ahead and gets about a yard to about the 29. Andy Siefker along with, looked like number 70, also Troy DeVoe were there for the stop. Only gets 2 on the play, so it'll be 2nd down.
75, Jason Van Brunt. 55, Sean Thompson on the stop for the Wolverines.
Limmel comes up over center. Estes now in the ball game as the wide receiver. They shuttle in their receivers with the plays. This time Crum and Dyer in the running backs, and Dyer pushes his man ahead, and Crum right behind him gets to about the 24. So Crum will get about 5 yards. So that's another.
Crum is down inside the 25-yard line.
Something else that the Eagles can use is Dyer and Crum both in the backfield. That time Dyer just threw a massive block on one of the defensive linemen and picked up one of the linebackers as well. 3rd down and 4, 7:42 to go in the first half, no score. Eagles trying to get a drive going, and Crum has it again. He's going to be short of the 1st down to about the 21.
55, Sean Thompson on the stop.
Sean Thompson made the tackle, and it's going to be 4th down and about 2. Crum with only 3 yards on that play, and now Serapio Andrade will line up for a field goal out of the hold of Scott Estes. This will be a 38-yard attempt. His longest of the year has been 45. He's done that twice. Snap back in good shape, and that is blocked. Picked up by Estes, but he's going to be tackled back at the 32-yard line, and the Wolverines take over from there. So the Wolverines got up there. I didn't see who got a paw on it. But no matter, the Wolverines have the ball back, and it will be at the 33-yard line, first down. So another turnover for Boulder City. McCaldon, the receiver, out to the left side. Pagoda brings him up, the sophomore quarterback. Looks over the formation, brings a man in motion to the near side. That's Jess Speck, and he gives on the inside to, I believe that, whoever it is, broke free. It's Ronnie Wood, and he gets all the way up to the 47-yard line.
Number 20, Ronnie Wood, the ball carrier.
Big gain on that one of about 14 yards. Daryl Dealman made the stop. That time Fertitta lined up in the backfield as one of the halfbacks, but it didn't make any difference as Ronnie Wood, the fullback, broke through. They're already up on the 46-yard line with a first down. Fertitta this time has the wingback in motion to the left, and another inside handoff, and this time somebody turned it back inside. That was Brett Martin, and then he was knocked down by Brian Lemmel at about the 48-yard line, so pick up a 2.
The 2nd and 8.
Or 2nd down and 8 as he got to. Eagle defensive line really finding the going tough here. Definitely the toughest all year long they've seen so far. Now Pagoda will roll again, and he's got a little open room, but then he's tackled at about the 49-yard line. Good pursuit again over on the right side, and the Eagle defense has made an adjustment of some kind to control that rollout, because they got a couple good-sized gains on the first drive of the game. Pagoda only got about a yard on the play.
On the stop, it'll be 3rd and 7.
That time Brian Lemmel pulled off the line and looked like his eyes were completely on Pagoda. So good play by Brian Lemmel as he made the stop right at midfield. Now they fake play action again, and now Pagoda running for his life, has some room now. It's the midfield, 45. He's going to be close to a first down at the 43-yard line. Chad Shoup, and also it looks like Justin Amy finally got to him at the 43. And it's going to be very close to a first down. And we're going to have a measurement. 4:29 to go here in the first half. Truckee and Boulder City are scoreless on a perfect afternoon for football here at Eaton Field. Maybe a little slick, a little muddy down on the field. We've seen that a couple of times. Whenever Pagoda sets up the pass, that back foot goes out. And it is a first down for Truckee at the 43-yard line of Boulder City. So give Pagoda credit on that one. And I was telling you about the two lines. So far, it's been both offensive lines standing up the other defensive line. Then the linebackers have played well so far on both sides of the ball. And once again, a rollout. They'll pitch it to Fertitta. Nobody's there. He drops the ball. And Boulder City has it. Scott Bonney, number 33, made the recovery at about the 48-yard line, and another break for Boulder City. So now each team has lost 2 fumbles. And the Eagles have it again. They'll start shop at their own 48-yard line. 3:54 to go here in the first quarter, or the first half. The clock is running. Boulder City and Truckee are scoreless here at Eaton Field. We're glad you're with us here on BCTV. The winner of this will play the winner of Whittle and Virgin Valley for the Class AA State Championship next Friday at the Silver Bowl. They'll give it to Cox going around the right, and he is hit hard.
In the backfield.
It looked like Josh Ivins, number 19, made the stick at about the 45-yard line. He'll lose 3 on that one. That was just like I was telling you, Brian Lemmel was almost king on Josh Pagoda. That time it looked like Josh Ivins was doing the same from his defensive back spot on Danny Cox. Second down and about 13. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. No score. The wing T formation. Anderson lines up on the right side, comes in motion to the near side. They're going to go with a short pass, and they fire, and Anderson almost had it. It was thrown behind him a little bit. Closest man to him, I guess, would have had to been Dave Obrant's number 45 down at the 40-yard line, but the pass was thrown behind him by Bell. So it'll be third down and 13. That was a good call. They put two receivers right in the middle, and Truckee has left that middle open as far as pass purposes go. So we'll see what Boulder City does again. Another drop back, and he fires over to Body. He's got it. He breaks loose in midfield and only gets down to about the 47-yard line. That's about an 8-yard gain. It'll be way short of the first down. Be about, in fact, 6 yards short of the first down. And so Andrade will come in to kick. Brian Malloy back deep. And now it's a snap to the short man, Dyer, and he's going to be, now he throws. And Martin has it, and a penalty flag goes down at midfield. And that went nowhere fast. And I'm sure we will get an ineligible receiver call, as Crum was going up the middle, was wrapped up by Truckee. And he's wrapped up by a Truckee player, so then he threw the ball, and it was pulled down by Brent Martin. And that's a no-no. That's an ineligible receiver. Now the officials on the field calling for one of the captains. 2:07 to go in the first half, no score. Giving Truckee their options right now. Sean Thompson, the defensive captain, number 55, and they will mark it off. 5-yard penalty. And that's a loss of down, so the ball is still turned over.
Will be first and 10 for the Wolverines.
44-yard line.
45.
So where they set up for Tita in motion to the left side. He's all by himself. Why they had Chad Shoop on him, I don't know, but Dealman rolls, fires! Dealman was on the roll with Pagoda. Pagoda fires and had his man open down at about the 30-yard line. Isaac Mueller, the tight end, was open, and he had the ball, pulled it in, and that will be a first down. $15-yard pickup on that one, and a first down for Truckee.
Timeout for the Eagles.
And Boulder City is called timeout here. 1:48 to go here in the first half, and I believe Coach Ben Davis just wants to tell his team, let's not give any points up. We've gone this long here in the first half without giving up any points. We only got about 2 minutes to go. Let's keep it scoreless going into the locker room, or at least try to create a break on defense. 1:48 to go here in the first half. There's no score. We'll resume right after this.
Once again, we'd like to welcome you to the 1991 NIAA Pizza Hut State Football Championship. Support the NIAA sponsor, Pizza Hut, so it can continue supporting the youth of Nevada.
Back again, everyone, at Eaton Field. I'm Rob Lee on Boulder City TV, BC TV, right here, Channel 51, Channel 4. We're at the NIAA Pizza Hut Class AA High School semifinals. Boulder City and Truckee, the winner, a berth in the state championship game this coming Friday at the Silver Bowl in Las Vegas. Now coming to the near side, Truckee has the ball with a first down. They just completed a 15-yard pass. Pagoda's going to roll, and the pass almost picked off by Chad Shoop over here on the right side, is intended for Brian Malloy. That would have went for little or no gain anyway. So the clock stops now at 1:43. Pagoda here in the first half now 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 for 23 yards, I should say. It'll be second down and 10. time, Paul McCalden comes out to the right side. Fertitta lines up in the backfield. It's like Malloy will line up as the wingback on the left side. The tight end is Isaac Mueller. Offensive front line that averages about 185 pounds. A sophomore quarterback. You wouldn't think this team would do much, but they're in the state semifinals. Pagoda this time will fire, and he's got his man. And I believe that's Ronnie Wood, who came out of the backfield.
Number 41, Shane Crum.
And quickly a timeout called by Truckee as they get about 3 yards on that play.
Timeout for the Wolverines.
And it will be about 3rd down and 6. So we'll give him 4 yards on that pass play.
And take advantage of the special coupon offer Pizza Hut has on the back. Once again, your ticket stub has a special
1:33 to go here in the first half. No score. Truckee has called a timeout. They're on a drive which started back on the 45-yard line of Boulder City. They're right now down at the 27-yard line. And this drive started on 4th down. Boulder City in punt formation. Tried to fake. They snapped it to the short man, Shane Crum. Crum had nowhere to go. And then when he was wrapped up by a couple of the Wolverines, threw the ball, and it was pulled down by a lineman. And they were still stopped short of the 1st down. Plus 5 yards was tacked on for Truckee for an illegal forward pass by Shane Crum. But the Boulder City defense has come right back and been very stingy in giving up yards. They gave up one 15-yard pass play. That's about it. McCalden, the receiver, out to the right side. And Pagoda's looking that way. No, it's a draw play to Fertitta, and it's smelled out very well by Brian Lemmel at the 25. He gets it to the 24-yard line for a pickup of about 3.
Lemmel on the stop. It'll be 4th and 3.
And it'll be 4th down and 3. So once again, another 3rd down conversion down the tubes for Truckee, and they call their final timeout of the half. Make that their 2nd timeout of the half. They have a 4th down and 3, and it looks like they will go. They do have a very good kick. Fertitta does the kicking as well, and he's punted so far. We'll see what they're going to do here. Fertitta and Pagoda looks like they're going to go for the field goal. So that will make it, the ball at the 24 right now, that will make it a 41-yard field goal. And will be out of the hold of Jevin Wood. 1:15 to go, the clock stopped after the timeout by Truckee. Coach Ben Davis out with the Eagles. So Fertitta lines up, he's a pretty good kicker. This will be about a 41-yard attempt. Wood will hold. And a snap back in good shape. Placed down in the kick. It is high enough, but it is good. Almost looked like it was going to drift to the right, but instead, Fertitta puts it through the uprights. And so with 1:08 to go here in the first half, the Eagles get the ball back, but it's Truckee 3 and Boulder City nothing.
41-yard field goal is good by number 1, Damien Fertitta.
Back at Eaton Field on the campus of Boulder City High School, Truckee has gotten on the board first with 1:08 to go here in the first half on a 41-yard field goal by Damien Fertitta. And so now the Eagles will receive for the first time. Scott Body, number 33, and Danny Cox, number 32, back teeth. The up man is Shane Crum, number 41. Also in there is Greg Anderson, Holmes, and Reyes. And Obrantz will be doing the kicking off, number 45. 1:08 to go, first half, 3-0 Boulder City. Obrantz lets it go, and it will come to Body at about the 8. He comes up to the 15. He's got some room to the 20. Now blasts out to the 25, and finally wrapped up. Looked like by Frank Villapando, number 66, making the tackle. Now make that Maurice McVeigh, number 63. They have the ball at the 31-yard line, a pretty good 23-yard return.
Maurice McVeigh.
23-yard return by Danny Cox. Clock running now, 45 seconds to go, first half. Boulder City trails 3-0. See if they try to make something go here offensively. Give it to Crum on the ground, and Crum only gets up to about the 33-yard line for a pickup of 3. Make it 2. .32 yards here in the first half for Shane Crum unofficially. Ten seconds to go in the half. Boulder City trying to get off one more play. They line up a bunch of receivers over here on the left side. Bell quickly under center, gets the snap off with 2, and they're gonna go with a little trick play, and the pass is complete, intended for Body down at about the 40-yard line. We have a penalty marker on the play as time has run out. And if it's a defensive penalty, we will run that play over.
He's 2 yards behind it.
He lined up with Andrade and Amy and Body all down. And we may have an illegal forward pass. It almost looked like Jason Bell threw the ball forward, even though it was received by Andrade behind the line of scrimmage. It has to be a good lateral, and it's an illegal procedure call instead against Boulder City, and that will be declined, and that's the end of the first half. We're at halftime, still two quarters to play, with the winner going to the Class AA State Championship at halftime at Eaton Field. It is Truckee 3, Boulder City nothing.
Welcome the Boulder City High School Screaming Eagles Marching Band.
far as Truckee goes, they have to find a way to control those defensive tackles and the linebackers of Boulder City, and that was one worry that Coach Ron Estabrook said when I had a conversation with him on Thursday. Reno Truckee, of course, had to get into the semifinal by playing a quarterfinal game, and they blanked Independence at home 43-0. Boulder City, the Southern Lake champion, got a first-round bye. And also they had the home advantage here in the South to the state championship game, of course. So Dave Obrance will kick off for Truckee. Body and Cox will be back deep for the Boulder City Eagles. Another thing that has to improve this half for the Eagles is their offensive blocking. Their offensive line almost completely blown off the ball in that first half. We'll see what happens now. Obrance gets set to, he already has it teed up. He will kick it off. Very good hands in Shane Crum, the up man for the Eagles. Last time it did go to Body. They know enough to keep it away from Danny Cox. Obrance approaches, and we're underway here in the third quarter, and we'll go to Body all the way up about the 15-yard line, and he gets some room up across the 30 and to the 35, and that's where the Eagles will start. First down and 10.
Down to the 35-yard line.
Looks like Andy Siefker, who played quarterback most of the year before the last couple of games, relished to a backup role, and he's still starting defensive back. He made the stop, and the Eagles have the ball to start the second half on their own 35-yard line. Jason Bell, the quarterback, number 34, just threw the ball twice in the first half, completed one of those. The back's out of the I formation, and that's where they got a good gain out of Danny Cox in the first half. This time not much, as he's wrapped up at about the 37-yard line for only a pickup of 2. Cox in the first half, 40 yards.
Ball carry, gain of 2, second and 8.
Second down and 8 for the Eagles. Brian Lemmel, the center. Scott Estes in at the wide receivers. He will alternate, as you saw in the first half, with Scott Body bringing in the plays. Greg Anderson, the wingback, lines up on the left side. He's just a junior, so we'll see him again. Well, and a bad snap.
There's a fumble on the play.
And you see Bell pouncing on it.
By the Eagles, Jason Bell.
Well, he's going to lose about 2 yards back to the 35.
It'll be third and 10.
So it'll be third down and 10. And now we may see it aired out a little bit by the Eagles. Lemmel and Body come out of the huddle first. Lemmel over the ball, Body out to the left. This time, Justin Amy, the tight end. Greg Anderson, the wing back, number 25 on the right side. They split the backs, the wing T. Anderson now in motion to the left. And they're going to go over to on the end around the Body, and he fell down at the 35, and he had nothing but daylight over here on the right side. That's a shame. He had lots of room over here on the right side. He had one blocker, but there wasn't anybody even to block. So Serapio Andrade will have to come in to punt. A great call by head coach Jim Kilmartin, but it just wasn't meant to be as Body slipped and fell. And there's a kick very high, end over end. Hits at the 40, bounces right back into the hands of Scott Body. And so Truckee will have it for the first time here in the second half at the 42-yard line. Just a 23-yard kick that time for Andrade. .9:44 to go here in the third quarter. Truckee ahead of Boulder City 3-0. Josh Pagoda, the quarterback. Jess Beck starts this half as the wing back on the left. They give it to the first man through, and he has stopped at about the 43-yard line. It looked like Ronnie Wood, number 20, and it was. That middle of the defensive line, after the first 2 series, which they did not play very well, after the first couple series of the games, both Daryl Dealman and Brian Lemmel have played a great game on that inside of the defensive line. We'll reset the Truckee offense after this play for you. It's 2nd down and 8 at the 9-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Split the backs with the slot to the right side, and a bunch of Wolverines moving that time. And we'll have an illegal procedure call that'll move it back to about the 40-yard line. So they mark the ball about the 39.5. It'll be 3rd down and 13. Make that 2nd down and 13. Double wide receivers to the right side. Fertitta is in the slot, and they give it again to Jeff Speck this time, and Speck breaks a little bit, gets up to about the 45-yard line. Now it'll be 3rd down and about 6. So give Speck about 7 yards on that one.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Wolverines.
Truckee has not converted a 3rd down yet today. They're 0 for 5 coming in here in the 2nd half. 8:16 to go. This time it'll be David Selcon out to the right side as a receiver. Jeff Speck in the wing to the left. Now he goes in motion to left to right. Play action face by Pagoda, and they try to set up a screen for Wood, and it was knocked down incomplete, and we have a penalty marker on the play. We'll have to see what it is. It looks like they almost tried to set up a little mini screen over on the right side. And we'll wait for the official's call, and it's pass interference against Boulder City. Wow, I didn't see that. There's a whole group of Eagles over there ready to pounce on Ronnie Wood, who was about ready to catch the ball. But I didn't see the pass interference take place. So they'll mark it from the point of the foul. And that will be a 15-yard penalty and a 1st down from the point of the foul. Yep. So Truckee definitely does not need those kind of breaks.
1st and 10 for the Wolverines at the Eagle 40-yard line.
In motion goes Speck to the right side. Ronnie Wood gets it. Chad Dyer wraps him up at about the 37. Between the 37 and 38-yard line, give him about 3.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8.
So Ronnie Wood now 6 carries, 25 yards on the day. 2nd down and 8 is what they call it at the 38-yard line of Boulder City. Pagoda brings them up, and we'll set up with the receiver to the left side. That's McCaldon. Bring Fertitta in motion to the near side, and inside, no, counter play, and breaking free, and on his way for a touchdown is Jeff Speck, and he's in for the score. 38 yards by Jeff Speck for the touchdown on a little counter play.
Into the touchdown for Wolverine.
And the lead is now up to 9-0. So now Fertitta will set up for the extra point to try to put them into double figures. It'll be out of the hold of Jevin Wood. 38 yards on that run by Jeff Speck. And now the Wolverines could go up by 10. There's a snap, and the kick is away, and he hooks it in, and it's good. 7:08 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and it is Truckee 10 and Boulder City nothing. Now for the 2nd time this half, Truckee will get set to kick it off. 7:08 to go. They're up 10-0. We're in the 3rd quarter. It's a tough first half. Truckee scoring on their last possession of the first half on a 41-yard field goal by Damian Fertitta. And now they scored on a 38-yard run here in the 3rd quarter on their first possession. 38-yard run by Jess Speck, and there's a kick, and it's a line drive heading towards Body, and he's got it at the 10, up across the 20 already, looking for some blockers, and gets some. A nice return by Body across the 35 to the 37-yard line.
Out to the 37-yard line.
Andy Siefker, number 9, was there to make the stop, as was Paul McCalden, number 11. Nice return by Body at 27 yards.
23, Jess Speck on the tackle for the Wolverines. The first and 10 for the Eagles at their own 37.
Underneath 7 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It's 10-0 Truckee. Jason Bell, the quarterback, brings them up. Chad Dyer now in at tight end, lines up on the right side along with the wing, Greg Anderson. Split the backs out of the wing T. Scott Body on the left side. They're going to go to the short side of the field, and a nice move to the inside, but not much there for Danny Cox. And now we have a penalty marker on the play, and we may have an unsportsmanlike conduct call on Maurice McVeigh, number 63, and he wants some more. We'll see what it is, and if so, a big break for the Eagles. And it was unsportsmanlike conduct against the Wolverines. And I believe Maurice McVeigh and Chad Dyer were having a few words, and McVeigh used a little more than just words up there at about the 40. So they'll tack on 15 yards from the line of scrimmage, and Boulder City will have a first down. Take it all the way down to the 48-yard line.
15-yard penalty. Make it first and 10 to the Eagles. The Wolverine 48-yard
of Truckee. 6.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 10-0 Truckee. Boulder City needs to do something to get them on track. Offensively, they have not been on track all day long. Scott Estes goes out to the left side. Greg Anderson, the wing on the right. Chad Dyer lines up as the tight end. They split the backs, Crum and Cox. Anderson goes in motion to the far side of the field. Crum with the ball, and he breaks through inside the 40-yard line. Gets up about 9 on the play. And it looks like number 70, Troy DeVoe, made the stop. He was helped out by Jevin Wood. Indeed, 9 yards on that play. It'll be second down, almost 2, a long one. Body to the left side as the receiver. Dyer playing tight end here in the third quarter. The wing T formation as usual. Anderson again, and they give it again to Crum. It worked the last time. Well, let's do it again, and Crum still on his feet. And a late whistle. They're going to mark it close to the first down, close to the 38-yard line. It's going to be very close, and the officials are going to measure. Stop the clock with 5:23 to go here in the third quarter. Boulder City trails 10-0. The two scores of the game, if you missed them. Late in the second quarter, Damian Fertitta for Truckee, hit a 41-yard field goal. And then Jess Speck, the 38-yard run on their first possession here in the third quarter for the score. And it's just a foot short of the first down. We'll bring up third down, and that much. 1 for 4 on third down conversions. In the first half were the Eagles. So the Eagles usually can run off chunks of 10, 15 yards at a time. Have had a hard time doing that here in this game. They now have fourth down in about 15 inches. Let's see what happens. Or third down at 15 inches. And we may see a run to the left side. I don't know. Yes, we do. Cox ahead, and Crum stop. And they go on reverse instead to Body, and he's all the way down to the 20. A great call that time, because they faked it to Crum. They faked it to Crum, who was stopped immediately, then handed off to Body, coming around to the near side. He's all the way down to the 20. So that would have worked the last time they tried it, except Body slipped and fell. And Happens this time with no problem. 19 yards, make it 20 yards on the pickup for Scott Body. Bell this time hands off to Crum, nothing doing. And it was, as it was, number 30,
Tackled by number 55.
make it 55, Sean Thompson on the inside of that line. Second down and about 7. Crum gets 3 on that one. Wing to the right this time, and they're going that way with Cox. Cox gets up some steam around the end to the 10-yard line and out of bounds. Finally run out of bounds over there by number 33 was Brian Malloy. Gets down to the 9. It'll be first down and goal. 8 yards for Danny Cox on that one. In the pregame, I said he was an explosive runner, and he just needed that little bit to get to the outside. So now the Eagles trying to get back into this ball game, have a first down and goal at the 9. We're going to have an official's timeout. Well, instead, they're going to measure. I believe he's got it. He's inside the mark over on the far side of the field, but maybe I'm wrong. We'll check it out. If he does have it, it'll be first and goal. 4:26 to go here in the third quarter. 10-0, Truckee. Boulder City trying to come back. And he's got the first down by more than a ball length. And now the Eagle fans starting to get into it. Listen to the crowd.
The first and goal for the Eagles at the Wolverine 9-yard line.
The deepest penetration of the day for Truckee, or for Boulder City against Truckee, and now the Wolverines want time. 4:26 to go here in the third quarter, and it is Truckee 10, Boulder City nothing. Don't forget the winner of this to the state Class AA championship next Friday against the winner of Virgin Valley and Wattell. And that game time is at 4 p.m. at the Silver Bowl. They're going to pitch to Cox. Cox trying to get around the end again. He's got a little room. Cuts back inside nicely. It gets down to the 5. A great move by Danny Cox as he got an extra 2 or 3 yards out of that run.
Cox down to the 5-yard line.
So we'll give him 4 on that one, and second down. And every time he gets the ball, I get excited, especially when he's going to the open side of the field. Unofficially 54 yards on 12 carries for Danny Cox. Anytime you average over 4 yards a carry, you're doing fine. Danny Cox, folks, averaged 9 yards a carry plus on the season. Time they're on the hash mark over on the left-hand side. Big T backfield, Dyer and Crum, and Cox goes in for a touchdown! Danny Cox, 5 yards for the score, and he had a couple mooses ahead of him. Dyer and Crum both lined up in the backfield. And now Serapio Andrade will try to bring him within 1 with the extra point. It's down out of the hold of Scott Estes, and he drills it through. 3:35 to go in the third quarter. It is now Truckee 10 and Boulder City 7. Listen to the crowd. 63 yards on that drive, capped off by a 5-yard run by Danny Cox, and we have a new ball game. Andrade boots it off. It's a short kick. It's going to come up about the 20-yard line. That's where it's taken there. And Rodney Reyes with a good tackle at the 30 as Brian Malloy was stopped. Reyes with a good open field tackle right there at the 30-yard line, and that's where Truckee gets the ball back. First down and 10. 3:28 to go, 10-7 Truckee. We're in the third quarter. Boulder City needs another defensive stand to get their keep their momentum up. And now Pagoda, there's a sophomore pitch, and the ball is loose, and the Eagles have it. There's where the inexperience comes in. Pagoda rolled out to the right side, was trying to pitch it to Jeff Speck, and he pitched it right over his head, and the ball was loose. Eagles recover the ball, and they have it at the 22, first and 10. Listen to this crowd. Bell comes up over center. Anderson the wing on the right side. Cox and Crummer split in the backfield. Now Anderson in motion. They go, the first man through is Crum, and he's stopped inside the 20, gets about to the 19-yard line. 2 yards on that pickup for Shane Crum.
And about 2, second and 8.
On that last offensive drive and that defensive stand there by the Eagles, that's the Eagle football that we have seen. This kind of reminds me a lot of the White Pine game. White Pine got up in the second quarter 12-0. Boulder City just had a fire lit under them, went on to win that game 50-12. Here's Cox with the ball to the 16-yard line. That time 44, Jevin Wood. I believe 33, Brian Malloy, were right there to get him. 3 yards on that one, 62 yards now unofficially for Danny Cox. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. It is 10-7 Truckee. Come up third down 4, another third down conversion. They are just 1 out of 6 in the ball game. They give it to Cox. Cox can't find anybody, and he's out of bounds at the 15 for only a yard. Andy Siefker, Jevin Wood, a good job along with Jeff Speck to turn that one to the outside and to the sidelines. Be 4th down and 3 from the 15, and looks like Boulder City will go. The wind has picked up. It's coming, feels like almost out of the south, so a field goal is almost not even discussable right now. And now the Boulder City coaches want timeout, and their players see it, and they call timeout. 1:41 to go here in the third quarter. It is Truckee 10, Boulder City 7. 4th down and 3. The Eagles will go. Anderson in motion. And a reverse again, open field is Bonnie to the 5, and he is in for the touchdown! Holy cow, they've run that play 3 times, and it has worked every time with the exception of the time Bonnie fell down. The Boulder City has the lead.
Number 33, Scott Bonnie, and the result, good for the touchdown.
Now Andrade will try to tack on what could be a very important extra point. It's only a 3-point difference right now. And it is up, and it is good. 1 minute, 31 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's Boulder City 14 and Truckee 10.
14 to 10.
And Andrade boots it away, and it will come down to Malloy at about the 11. Now he's got some room over here. Oh, and another great tackle, that time by Daryl Dealman. And also number 51 was there, Rosendo Gomez.
Daryl Dealman and number 51, Rosendo Gomez on the spot.
Now the crowd on this side of the field really fired up, and the Truckee crowd wants some things to happen. The Boulder City defense looks like not only the line, the inside of the line and the linebackers, but there's been great coverage as far as the defensive back goes as well. They'll get a couple of playoffs before the end of the third quarter. They split the backs, slot to the left, and they hand off on the inside, and a good run up to the 35-yard line. Ronnie Wood with a great effort.
Brian Lemmel on the spot.
Like Brian Lemmel and Scott Estes made the tackle. He got about 7 yards. Great effort that time by Ronnie Wood. as he was stopped right about the line of scrimmage. Then he broke free, stopped again, and carried 2 or 3 tacklers with him. 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. 14-10 Boulder City. Receiver out to the right side. Scott Estes on him. Jeff Speck, the wing, over on the left. The backs are split, and they give it to Wood again. And Wood this time is stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain, maybe a yard. They just move it up about a half a yard. So we will add a yard onto Ronnie Wood's total, which is now 33 yards for the game.
3rd and 2.
And third down for Truckee. Now, one thing, Truckee has not converted a third down here in the ball game. I don't think they'll get another playoff. 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. And indeed they won't. And that's the end of the third quarter. We got a new ball game here at Eaton Field. With 12 minutes to play, it is Boulder City 14 and Truckee 10. Pagoda, the sophomore quarterback, looks over his line and gives it around the right side. And he's going to be taken off. Ball lost by Anderson. Anderson gets it way back at the 30-yard line for an 8-yard loss.
Loss of 8 on the play.
Nothing doing that time. And once again, the Boulder City defense stands up to the test. Fertitta in to kick for the Wolverines. 11 and a half to go in the ball game. And now a timeout being called by Truckee. That's their second of the half. They will have one remaining. Fourth down, Fertitta to punt. Danny Cox, the lone receiver. Back for the Eagle. Ooh, and somebody almost got a hand on it. Now Cox has it on a full gallop. All the way across midfield to the 46 of Truckee. Justin Amy came very close to getting a hand on that Fertitta punt.
51, Josh Clevenger.
Josh Clevenger made that tackle. A nice return by Danny Cox. That's what he likes to do when he returns punts. Likes to step back just a few yards and run up on him. Then that way he's at a full gallop almost when he has them. And he returned that one almost 20 yards down to the 46 of Truckee. Scott Body, the wide receiver on the right side. Dyer in at tight end. He lines up on the left with the wingback Anderson. And there's Cox. Cox breaks through to the 40 to the 38-yard line. So he'll get about 8 yards. Looked like 63 McVeigh and number 70 Troy DeVoe made the stop.
Troy DeVoe and Sean Buston on the stop.
And he gets a good 8 yards on that one. 70 yards now unofficially on the game for Danny Cox. Lemmel comes up over the center. They put Estes this time off to the right side as he brought the play in. And Crum, the first man through, he'll have a first down to the 32.
Shane Crum picking up the first down.
And so they'll stop the clock to move the chains. Sean Thompson, 55, and looked like 51 Clevenger, who had his jersey just about torn off along with his shoulder pads, made the stop. This time they bring the receiver to the left side, the wing and the tight end over on the right. That's Anderson and Dyer, split the backs, the wing T formation. Straight back on a drop. And now he's going to go long and perfect coverage by Aldridge. He catches it anyway and goes in for a touchdown. What a catch by Scott Body. My, oh my, that one fell through into some coverage. Olbranch had Body covered perfectly, but it came down, Body grabbed it, and for the touchdown. Andrade on for the extra point. Onto the hold of Scott Estes. They're trying to go up by 11. And it is good. 9:50 to go here in the ball game, and it is now Boulder City 21 and Truckee 10. Andrade to kick it off, and a little Up across the 15 already, looking for some room. Has some now to the 30, and finally up to the 35-yard line. A great return for Brian Malloy, and Rodney Reyes was there with the tackle again.
Number 50, Darrell Beelman on the tackle for the Eagles. In first and 10.
Brian Malloy had nowhere to go. He made his own little holes and found exactly where he had to go. And got it all the way up to the 35. 27-yard return that time for Brian Malloy. Pagoda over the ball out of the wing tee. This time he's going to roll to the left on a bootleg or across the 40-yard line. He goes. He still has the ball to the 45 and up almost to the 50-yard line where Scott Body got him. A great run by Josh Pagoda. Picks up about 14 yards that time.
33, Scott Body with the tackle for the Eagles.
By my count, that's only the second first down of the second half for Truckee. That time he ran that little bootleg, and again, the defensive end was there for the Eagles to turn that baby back inside, and Pagoda did that, kept the ball instead of pitching it, and he went for a 14-yard gain and a first down. Now he's going to go to the right side. Now he's being chased. He gets away from Estes. Now he's going to fire into nobody, and it's incomplete. I think that Justin Amy was on the chase trying to grab Pagoda, and he couldn't do it. Pagoda threw one, and the closest man there was Greg Anderson of the Eagles, but it fell incomplete. 8:50 to go in the ball game. 21-10 Eagles. Second down and 10 from midfield for Truckee. Now hobbling up. Looks like Carl Youngquist, their center, and that could be a big loss for Truckee. Looks like Maurice McVeigh is the new center, number 63. This time they had the wing on the slot to the left. Thielman now chasing Pagoda. He's going to fire. He's got a man wide open down at the 20, to the 15, to the 10-yard line. It's the call in.
Pagoda's pass complete to number 33, Brian Malloy.
Make that Malloy had the ball. I thought it was 11. It was 33. Malloy.
Body on the tackle.
Scott Body finally caught him all the way down at the 9-yard line.
9-yard line.
41 yards on the pickup. That was one thing that worked on both sides of the sidelines. Coach Ron Estabrook of Truckee said if they could run a couple of passes and get that defense open up, then they may be in good shape, and that's exactly what Eagle coach Jim Kilmartin was afraid of, was defending the passing game. This time Pagoda slips. This time he's being chased. He's going to run it himself to inside the 5, still going, and down close to the goal line.
Pagoda down close to the goal line.
Ball might have popped loose there for a moment, but they called it down, so there was no fumble. And it'll be second down and goal. I believe the officials have called timeout to mark the ball. It'll be second down and goal from the 1.
Ball is the Wolverine ball at the 1-yard line.
Pagoda got 8 yards that time. Now has 32 yards in 5 carries.
The second goal is the 1-yard line.
This is where the defense is going to have to, as they say, suck it up a little bit. And that defensive line is going to have to be real chummy and close off that inside. And they give it this time, and in for the touchdown goes Truckee. It's Ronnie Wood, number 20, for the score.
Number 20, Ronnie Wood, in for the touchdown.
8:03 to go in the ball game, and right back into it comes Truckee. And Pagoda stays in the ball game. They'll go for 2 to try to bring it back within a field goal. Let's see how they line it up. McCaldon will be the wide receiver to the left side. Malloy and Wood in the backfield. Fertitta the wing on the right side, along with Mueller, the tight end. Fertitta goes in motion. Pagoda's going to roll that way. Lots Eagles in pursuit. He'll be stopped. Back at the 5-yard line. Daryl Thielman got him around the legs and dropped him back at the 5. So the big 2-point conversion is no good, and Boulder City will keep their 5-point lead. 8:03 to go. It is Boulder City 21, Truckee 16. And he boots it off a little squibber, and it's going to bounce to the sidelines and pounced on by Darren Holmes over there at the 27-yard line. That's one of those where you have your back to the oncoming opponents, and he couldn't have let it go. Probably would have rolled out of bounds, but he didn't know where they were at, and so he pounced on it, and that probably was a good play by Darren Holmes, and the Eagles will set up shop at the 27-yard line. Just a moment ago, they were up by 11 points. They are now up by 5, thanks to a 1-yard touchdown run by Ronnie Wood. On the wing tee, they have the backs in an eye, and they give it to the halfback Cox, and he gets for about a yard gain. That's all right, anything to keep that clock running.
The ball carrier, Josh Clevenger, and Sean Thompson on
Unofficially 71 yards on the ground for Danny Cox. Estes brings the play in, replacing Body as normal. What a ball game this has been. The best game of the year by far that Boulder City's been in as far as competition goes. This time they'll pitch it to the right side. Cox almost loses his balance and now is tackled. He's not going to get any gain on that one. Once again, that's what I was talking about earlier, about taking that first step on a wet, muddy, slippery field, and had his foot go right out from underneath him, and that just pumps down his acceleration. Justin Amy now comes out of the ball game. That means Chad Dyer will be in. 3rd down and 9. Neither team really doing much as far as 3rd down conversions go. Boulder City is the only one that has converted a 3rd down. And now Scott Body, and we got penalty flags down, and Body went on the pitch on the reverse that time. They smelled it coming. And he's tackled way back at the 20-yard line, and there's a flag on the play. We'll have to see what it is. And it's illegal motion against the Eagles. I'm sure that will be declined. And it'll be 4th down and 14. So on that one, Body loses 5 yards.
Illegal motion penalty against the Eagles is declined.
It's the 4th time they tried to run that play. Andrade now in to kick.
4th and 17. Andrade back to kick.
Oh, and a bad snap goes over his head. And Andrade will pounce on it in the end zone for a safety. Oh, a big break for Truckee. The snap goes over Andrade's head into the end zone. And so now with 6:12 to go, is now Boulder City 21 and Truckee 18, and Truckee will get the ball back. Wow, talking about a seesaw game. Truckee gets up 10-0. They were up 3-0 at halftime. They score on their first possession of the second half to go up 10-0. And 3 straight touchdowns by Boulder City put them up 21-10. And then another Wolverine touchdown, and now a safety in favor of the Wolverines to make it 21-18. Now that missed 2-point conversion looks bigger and bigger all the time. All right, the Eagles will get their choice of either kicking off or punting from the 20-yard line. For those of you that have seen a lot of Boulder City football this year, it's been blowout city every game. But folks, today we are playing the defending state champions. No matter how young the team is, they have a fantastic coach in Ron Estabrook, and he has this team pumped up and ready to go to the state championship game. But he still has 3 points to make up. Andrade will kick it off. 6:12 to go in the contest. It's 21-18 Boulder City. And Andrade lets it fly off the tee and almost kicks it over Malloy's head. Malloy catches it over the shoulder at the 25. Back up to the 35, now makes it to almost the 40-yard line. The ball is loose, and who has it? Boulder City! Oh, and another break for the Eagles. That pounced on that one, number 41. So another turn of events. Boulder City recovers the fumble after the kickoff, after the safety. Jason Bell comes up over center, out of the eye, over the back. Crum has the ball, breaks loose to the 32-yard line.
Shane Crum, the ball carrier.
About 7 yards that time for Shane. And by my count, he has 58 on the day. Estes brings the play in from the sidelines. They mark the ball at the 34. So give him about 7. Make that 6, and it'll be second down and a short 4. Rodney Reyes now in at the wingback, number 28. And they're going to go to the far near side of the field. Cox once again. That center of the field right there around the midfield to the 40-yard line on each side, or to the 30-yard line on each side. Very, very slick because there's not much grass there, and so they get in the mud. Their feet go right out from underneath them. That's what happened there to Danny Cox. So he loses 3, and it'll be third down and about 7. Time to set up the wide receiver on the far side of the field, which is the long side of the field. An inside handoff to Crum, and he's got the first down and close to it, down to the 30-yard line.
Ball carrier, Ivans on the stop, close to a first down.
Very close to a first down, and now where they mark the ball, he's going to be short. I don't agree with that mark whatsoever. Even his knees were past that mark. And they mark it about a yard short of where he actually was down, in my opinion. So he's going to end up short of the first down, possibly. We'll see where the yard markers put it at. And he is short. Oh, right on the tip. He may have it. He has it. First down. So even with the bad spot, Crum gets the first down anyway.
The first and 10 for the Eagles at the Wolverines 30-yard line.
And it's at the 30 of the Wolverines. Now that triple backfield set again, and it's Cox. He gets down to the 25-yard line. Once again, they set Dyer and Crum in the backfield along with Cox and got some good blocks.
Number 82, Sean Busley on the stop.
Under 4 minutes to go in the game. It's now 21-18. Boulder City ahead. Now down to 3:50 to go. Eagles driving again. Give Cox 5 yards that time. Second and 5. Receiver on the right side. And now Dyer in the game as the wingback. They give to Crum. Crum breaks through, makes a leap over. He gets down to close to the 20-yard line for the first down, and looks like Sean Thompson made the stop, and Thompson is down.
Right at the 20-yard line.
To be close to a first down again.
Officials timeout provision.
Sean Thompson grabbed the legs of Shane Crum. Looks like he got a foot in the face as Crum went down on that tackle. And Thompson may have had the wind knocked out of him. So while they attend to Sean Thompson, they also check for the first down, and the Eagles have it. First down for the Eagles down at the 20-yard line of Truckee. Right now, the concern is for Sean Thompson, one of the captains on this team. Number 55, they're helping him out. Helping him up, I should say. And he wants to stay in the game, but no, that would be a timeout, so he'll have to come out for a play. And he is favoring that right leg a little bit, but he will come out, at least for the time being. And now back to business. The Eagles have it, first down 10. Now in the ball game is Vern Reynolds as the wide receiver to the right side. Anderson back in as the wingback as Crum has it, breaks free. Down 5, and he's in for a score. Once again, that counter play that they've used fairly successfully today. Shane Crum goes in from 20 yards out for the touchdown. Once again, a 9-point lead for Boulder City, and the extra point will make it 10. Oh, a big score for the Eagles. Estes will hold. The snap back in good shape, and the kick is up, and it is good. 3:15 to go in the ball game. It is now Boulder City 28, Truckee 18. Offensively, they were just being beat off the line of scrimmage, both offensively and defensively in that first half. But the linebackers played very well, as well as that middle of the defensive line for the Eagles. So it was only 3-0 Truckee at halftime. Truckee then scored on their first possession of the second half, and the Eagles came back with 3 straight touchdowns, a touchdown and a safety for Truckee. And now the Eagles have just scored on a 20-yard run by Shane Crum. 3:15 to go in the ball game. It's 28-18, BC on top. Andrade lets it fly, and it will come to Jeff Specht at the 11. It's going to come around to the right side, or the left side, where there's a wall, and he's got some blocking. Up across the 40 to midfield. Tries to get past Body and does, and finally tackled all the way down on the 37-yard line.
Fine kick return by number 23, Jeff Specht.
52 yards on the return, and we got an injured Eagle, and it's Rodney Reyes.
Fabio Andrade on the start. Number 28, Rodney Reyes, the injured player for the Eagles.
So as they attend to Reyes, Truckee gets ready to set up in great field position at the 37 of Boulder City, first down and 10. Now Reyes is laid back down again, and it looks like they were working on the right leg of number 28, Rodney Reyes, and now he's up, hobbling off the field, so that's a good sign. Reyes has played very, very well today on the special teams, covering those kicks. He's had a couple outstanding open field tackles, and now Boulder City is going to call time, get their defense set up. 3:02 to go. Boulder City up 28-18. The winner on to the Silver Bowl next week for the NIAA Pizza Hut Class AA championship game, and they will face the winner of today's other semifinal game being played up north, Virgin Valley and Wattell. As far as getting this far in the playoffs, Boulder City, the champion of the Southern League and the number 2 team in the state, got a first-round bye, got a quarterfinal bye to put them automatically into the semifinals, and the host team, Truckee, beat Independence in a quarterfinal match last week, 43-0. And that's how they have gotten here to Eaton Field today. Right now, they are 10 points shy of the Boulder City Eagles, 28-18. Coach Estabrook of the Wolverines said special teams could play a big part in this game. So far, it really hasn't come to play, except for that big safety and that return. Now a halfback pass. Fertitta's going to throw it. He's got it, man. McCollin down at the 12-yard line. 25 yards on the play from Damian Fertitta to Paul McCollin.
Paul McCollin with the reception for the Wolverines.
So another page in the playbook being shown by Reno Truckee. 25 yards on the pickup. That's McCaldon's first catch of the day. First down at the 12. Fertitta this time in motion to the left, and he's made throw to him. He does, has it, and he has him at the 4, and Fertitta falls forward to about the 3-yard line.
Complete to Fertitta.
He'll be about a yard short of the first down. Good throw that time by Josh Pagoda. The sophomore came out and drilled it to Fertitta, and Fertitta with the good hands pulled it in.
The 2nd and 1 at the 3-yard line.
They call it a gain of 9, 2nd down and 1 on the Boulder City 3. This time Pagoda will roll to the right, being chased, and not stopping. He goes towards the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. Wow, that was close, but he goes in for the score. Scott Estes was there trying to keep him out. Chad Shoup was on the pursuit, coming around to this right side, couldn't hold him up. Pagoda in for the score. But we're not done yet, folks. And Fertitta will line up for the extra point. Now we'll bring them within 1, or within 3. The 1-pointer brings them within 3. They definitely don't want to test his defense. A high snap, pulled down nice by Wood, and Fertitta drills it through. 2:03 to go here in the ball game. It is now Boulder City 28, Truckee 25.
The extra point try is good. Score 28-25 in favor of the Eagles.
The Eagle receiving team getting last-second instructions from head coach Jim Kilmartin here on the near sideline. The kicking team for the Wolverines out. Damian Fertitta has it teed up, and we're almost ready to go. Good crowd on hand here for the semifinal game. Hopefully, for those of you that could not make it to the game today, are enjoying the telecast, and if Boulder City wins, follows them right down to the Silver Bowl on Friday. Game time is at 4 p.m. 4 p.m. in the afternoon on Friday for the NIAA Class AA State Championship. Cox, the lone return man, as they move body up this time. They've been kicking it away from Cox all day long, so this is a new look. Crum will join body up close. They also have some hands up close in case of an onside kick. So they pulled basically everybody up except for Danny Cox. So they're expecting an onside kick. 8 men within shooting distance of the ball for the Eagles. It has to go that 10 yards, and they do onside kick it. And a good play there by number 51, which is Rosendo Gomez to pounce on the ball. So the Eagles keep it.
Rosendo Gomez.
At their own 47-yard line, they have a first down. 2 minutes even to go in the ball game. All Boulder City has to do is keep control of the ball, and they're on their way to the state championship game this coming Friday. Estes to the right side. Dyer, the tight end, to the left. Looks like Reyes is in at the wing. They give it to the first man through. Crum. He gets to midfield and maybe to the 49-yard line. A good wraparound tackle on the ankles there by Sean Thompson, number 55. Unofficially 81 yards now on the ground for Shane Crum.
The 2nd and 7.
Minute 19 to go in the ball game, and the clock is on the move. Truckee trying to hold them here quickly defensively. They give it to Crum again. Crum breaks free and has a first down at the 40. And that should just about wrap it up. Give Crum about 10 on that one. And another first down for Boulder City. Clock is moving, 45 seconds to go. Truckee is out of timeouts. S is over on the right side. Looks like Boulder City's on their way to the Silver Bowl. Once again, the sure-handed Crum, and he'll be stopped in the backfield. A nice play there by Sean Busson, number 82. And now Truckee, I believe, sorry, they had one timeout left, and they're going to spend their last timeout right here. So Truckee has just used up their last timeout with 27 seconds to go. Boulder City up by a field goal, 28-25, and it has been a back-and-forth game all day long. Truckee got up 3-0, then went up at halftime, then it went up 10-0 after their first possession of the second half. Boulder City then came back with 3 unanswered touchdowns to go up 21-10. And then it was 21-16 as Truckee came back. The two-point conversion failed, so it remained 21-16. And then the very next possession, Boulder City had to punt on 4th down. The snap went over Serapio Andrade's head. He pounced on it in the end zone for a safety. And that brought Truckee back within a field goal at 21-18. Then another touchdown on a 20-yard run by Shane Crum. The extra point was good. Truckee came back, a 1-yard run by Josh Pagoda. And now straight down goes one knee of Jason Bell. And that will do it. They do not have to run another play. 20 seconds to go. The celebrating is beginning. The crowd knows it. The Eagles know it. The coaches know it. We're on their way to the Silver Bowl. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. The countdown goes. 3, 2, and there it is. The final score, Boulder City 28, Truckee 25. The Eagles are on their way to the Silver Bowl for the NIAA Class AA State Championship game. That game is this Friday, and they will play the winner of today's game between Virgin Valley and Wattell being played up north. That will be, folks, for the Class AA State Championship. Boulder City now goes 10-0 on the season, heading into the state championship game. Reno Truckee bows out with a fantastic year. Their only loss was to Wattell. They go out, and now Boulder City, they go out at 9-2, but take nothing away from the team that Coach Ron Estabrook put together. They have nothing to hang their heads about. They are one of the 4 best teams in the state.
All parents of the football players to meet on the field behind the team.
Once again, the final score for Meeting Field this Saturday afternoon, and it is a glorious one here in Boulder City.